We're in a tough position. This guy's got a bar arm here. What he wants is he wants my elbow back, right? And he wants to start pressuring forward into me, putting a lot of strain on my shoulder. I definitely don't want him to get my wrist. So I keep my hand out wide and I can start pushing back with my right hand and pulling with my toes to scooch my body back. As I'm scooching my body back, I'm starting to walk my fingers forward. That gets my elbow up higher past my shoulder. And that starts to defeat his bar arm, okay? So he's pulling my arm back. I'm pushing back into him and I can switch my hips and start getting my arm out of there, okay? Now another option is as he's going to, this is a quick hitter, as he's going to scoop up that bar arm, you can turn your arm down, right? As he pulls, we're gonna limp arm out of there, right? So he goes bar arm and we limp out of there. Okay, go a little bit harder on it. Yep, limp out of there. Okay, my shoulders are not very flexible. Not a move I think I'd be hitting, but for these young guys, especially if you're a little bit higher up, he's trying to throw that bar. You limp arm out of there. Okay, one more time. Limp arm out of there. You turn your palm up, you pull your shoulder and elbow forward, and limp arm out of there. This is definitely a timing move and a difficult move, but if you can get that one down pat, you'll definitely limp arm out of a lot of bar arms. Another one we like to teach, it's kind of like you're turning up into this guy, and almost like a Peterson, but we're gonna use his momentum. Okay, so he's running this bar. I keep my inside knee up high. Okay, my bar, the arm that's being barred is gonna reach back around this guy's back. As I'm doing that, my right leg is gonna knee slide up and I turn into this guy, okay? So he's going bar arm. I keep bringing my left knee up, left knee up. I'm pushing off my left hand and elbow and I start pulling my right knee through. As I'm doing that, my left hand goes back and I turn into this guy to whip him around my back. He's going bar arm, right? I'm keeping my left knee high. I'm pushing back into him. Now as he's running it, his hips get too high, I sit up into him. Whip him over my back. Square my hips. And lastly, he goes bar. He's very patient. He's got good pressure. For a second, I'm gonna bring my hands together. Okay? I bring my hands together and I start moving my hands, my lock above my head. Okay? Now he tries to pull my arm back to that bar. My arms, I'm really pushing my elbows and wrists into the mat. Okay, so he scoops up bar. I bring my hands together. I keep this elbow pointing high. If he decides to drive here, I can push back into him. If my elbow's like this and he drives, he's gonna push me onto my side. So I get to here, right? And now I'm gonna rotate my body and pull my lock up with my right hand and push my lock with my left hand up over my head. Okay? Now I'm in much better position. My hands can come out and I can start to work, my base build, just the next part of my bottom sequence. All right, so that's some of our bar arm defense.